Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We got a little Pro League cast-off marriage happening right now, and here's a little update of what's going down. TCM taking the hard point versus Denial. Yeah, Clayster attached J-Cap. Can't keep up with the new Mad Cat who just joined this TCM squad. We got Automatic Reload thumping on OpTic Nation in their game number 1. Still looking at results for OpTic Gaming Prof, Rise Justice, and FaZe Team Caliber. We'll keep you in the loop as we're going down to the final 3 days of Pro League. But right here, we got two incredible casters, our cast-off contestants for the night. Team Puckett, we got Airlandon and Saint. Now, guys, while we're waiting on the players to get things going, I know I spewed a lot of feedback at you pretty quickly. Any questions coming into the Search and Destroy Drift?
I mean, not really. I'm not too familiar with Drift, so I'll be free-balling it the whole time. We'll see how it goes.
All right, see how well you can fake it, my friend. Airlandon, what do you got for me?
It's just, I have a lot of trouble sometimes with just trying to keep it interesting. Like if we're like not like a stalemate, but if it's like a 2 versus 2, I feel like I always call out it's 2 versus 3 or 2, like, you know, or 4, like a 1v4 or something like that. I feel like I always talk about that. I didn't know if there's any like information that I can include in that during that time that can make it more exciting rather than just literally calling out what everyone knows. I didn't know if there's anything.
All right, so definitely get excited over the kills. Feel free to kind of slow your casting down and build up the drama. So if everyone comes to a stalemate, we'll say something like, we're going to flick through our players here and show you the positions, and then find the guy who's really around the corner who is about to make something happen. Or call it out. Here's our player to watch in a 1v2. He's got to go clutch here. Let's see if he can get the kill and get out alive. So that would be my one suggestion. The one thing you want to avoid is saying, let's see what's going to happen too often, because I hear a few casters who use that as their reliant line, and it fails pretty hard. But the game is loading up, boys. Drift, Search, and Destroy. Take it away, Landon.
All right, gonna head into game 2, Drift, S&D. I mean, you don't really know this map too well. However, we're gonna see what's gonna go down. Obviously, AR taking that first game pretty handily, 249 to 123. Definitely something that AR is gonna be off of a high of. ON definitely gonna be on the other side. However, OpTic Nation, known for being a pretty good S&D team, have some really good Search and Destroy players on that squad. I'm going to start off with the offensive team, which is going to be OpTic Nation, and I believe it's going to be Ricky as the bomb carrier here, Saints.
I mean, like you said, OpTic Nation usually known as a good S&D squad. However, recently, from what I've seen, their S&D game has definitely been slacking a little bit. So, I mean, it's going to be up to them to step it up here and even up the series.
Yep, we're going to see a 3 versus 3 off the bat. Ricky going to shut down Moch, and Mochilla going to go and trade that one against Bose. Miracles and the boys, I believe it's actually going to be bombed down as they're looking to see what they can do here. Looks like Burns and Remy looking to see what they can do. 2 versus 3 now. Remy kind of behind these Christmas presents as he's trying to get some shots off. However, shots coming in, trying to escape, and he's just going to be narrowly able to do that. Ricky going to go and pick up that bomb as they're looking to make a push here and make a flank over to B.
That gunfight Killa just won over on the A bomb site for Spacely was absolutely huge. It was close range, and Killa was able to get in there with a bow and outgun Spacely utterly with a sub.
Looks like right now, OpTic Nation trying to hold down this B bomb site. And it looks like, looking at the mini-map, for instance, looks like all AR players looking to go on the A bomb site. However, they're not even going to be close to where Ricky is currently. Bomb getting ready to go down, and he's going to have a pretty open spot. I've noticed on B before, you can really hold down a lot of these open areas and look open, at least at the lines of sight, as we're going to see Burns and Remy trying to make a push in here. Big gunfight might be coming up as Ricky just going to miss Burns there.
Everyone on ON has an AR right now, so they should easily be able to hold this site, play their trades, and as I say that, both players on AR instantly drop, and ON takes round number 1 on Drift S&D.
Yeah, you know, likes going into OpTic Nation's favor pretty early on. What was it, a 1 versus 3 at, you know, the very end? Not going to win that one, especially the B bomb site. You can definitely hold down very well. You can see Killa and the boys picking up that last kill in the kill cam. OpTic Nation takes round 1. Killa getting that those 2 kills in the first round, and it looks like only Mochilla grabbing a kill as well. So coming into round 2, I believe AR is now going to be on the offensive side. I'm interested to see what they're going to do off the break. You know, would they, you know, try to push A pretty heavily, or are they going to try to make that same push that OpTic Nation did over at B?
I want to hop on board with Burns, see what he does off the start. I'm surprised he actually doesn't have the bomb right now, as he's usually their primary bomb carrier. We're going to see Spacely with the bomb this round, and Burns is going to be hitting the far corner of the map. And as soon as I say that, OpTic Nation gets 2 down. Burns trying to trade these kills right now as Remy gets 1. If Burns can turn this into a 2v2, this is a very winnable round for AR.
Yeah, 2v2 kills coming in. Killa gonna make it now a 1 versus 2. Remy firing some shots. Kills coming in 1 versus 1. Ricky versus Remy. We're gonna see what's getting ready to go down. I believe Ricky might be rocking that Bal 27, looking to get the kills off there, but bomb not gonna be anywhere near Remy. We're gonna see what goes down here as Remy trying to just grab that bomb. 47 seconds left in this round. We're getting ready to see what goes down here.
Yeah, I don't think either player, I don't think Ricky really knows where the bomb is. As you see him just sprinting around the map looking for Remy. And Remy's going to grab the bomb and go right in for this A plant. Should be a pretty easy hold for Remy, as A is going to be really close quarters and Ricky's stuck over across the map with the Bal.
Definitely going to be interesting. Bomb getting ready to go down there, as it's going to be Ricky currently on the contestant. We're going to see what he can do. A bomb site, kind of an interesting one. You have, two kind of main sites. You're going to have a window that he can also enter in through. And I believe Remy might have just spotted Ricky there, possibly, but no. He might be trying to get away here as Ricky trying to push in. We're going to see 22 seconds left. This is not looking good for Ricky. However, he has to get over to that bomb now.
If I was Ricky, I would have just went for a straight defuse there as soon as he saw Remy run away. And Remy instantly gets the kill there as Ricky turns the corner.
Yeah, Remy making it level at 1 apiece. You're gonna see that nice drop shot coming in. I would have liked to see Ricky, and obviously I'm not a pro player, but I would have liked to see Ricky try to go and, try to at least contest the bomb early, a little bit early on. If he would have won that gunfight, he would have at least narrowly would have been able to defuse the bomb. Not the best play, in my opinion, out of Ricky. However, Drift, definitely an interesting one. I know it's kind of a newer map. Not really newer, but just got introduced at the beginning of COD Champs, or at least right before there. So not going to see a whole lot of, strategical pushes that players really know everything about. However, 1 apiece currently for both squads. Bows with the bomb. He's looking to rush through merry-go-rounds. One player get shut down there early. That's going to be Moch.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on that 1v1 real quick. Ricky was playing that really, really slow, and with Drift, there's a lot of cover on the outside of the map. So even if he did see Remy, he'd probably, best case scenario, only be able to hit a few shots on him, and then Remy would just be able to run away. I wanted to see Ricky push that aggressively, because that was pretty much his only chance at getting that.
It looks like we're seeing a full-on rotation, at least over to this B bomb site. Bows and the boys from ON looking to get this bomb down as soon as they can. However, Burns might be in the spot. However, Miracle's going to shut him down. 1 versus 3 for Remy. And with the pretty heavily control, I guess you could say, of that B bomb site, it's not looking good. And we might see Owen pick up this round here as bomb going down, but Remy's going to spot that one. Going to try to stay alive, and he's able to do so. With 40 seconds left, this isn't looking good for Remy, to say the least.
Remy definitely has a chance, though. If Burns actually just sat back and waited for Remy rather than pushing the bomb site to himself, they should definitely be in a 2v2 situation right now. Burns got a little greedy, pushed by himself, and allowed OpTic Nation to get a free kill there. With 25 seconds left, there's not much Remy can do at this point. But as soon as I say that, he picks up Miracles, down to a 1v1 situation. And Remy gets the 1v3.
Remy
my God.
Massive. How they had full control. Remy comes in, rushes through both of them, picks up one, and picks up the second. Remy getting that bomb defused, 7-1. Currently on a 7 streak. Saints, he's looking hot.
Excellent play right there from Remy. He's single-handedly winning AR this S&D so far.
Yeah, 7-1. Especially in the first, 3 rounds heading into the 4th round, they're definitely looking good. And looking at the other kills, what do they combine for? 2 and, 9? So they're not looking very good. However, Remy, wouldn't say backpacking, but he's definitely making the plays to help his team be up. And we might see a pretty heavily rush over here to this B-bomb site. Remy with the bomb in hand.
And no one at OpTic Nation is playing the B side right now, so, if AR just goes to his plan right now, they'll get it down with ease, but they're playing it really slow. They're giving OpTic Nation time to rotate around this map and get in positions to get them off the bomb. As I say that, 2 players go down, trading 1 for 1, and AR is going to get this bomb down.
Yeah, Remy planting that bomb for his second plant of the game. 2 players going to go down there. It looks like Spacely's ASM1 grenade coming in. That's going to be a pretty interesting kill cam, to say the least, as we're going to see that one go down. It looks like excuse me. Actually, we're going to see AR taking another round there.
Yeah, it's looking really slow for OpTic Nation right now. They had a good start winning that first round, but ever since then, it's been all AR with Remy clutching round after round.
Yeah, Burns off getting that nice. You see the nice little explosion there. Nice, some nice effects there.
Hit him
AR
with the
going to be
Kobe.
up 3-1. Yeah, nice Kobe nade, making it 3-1. I'm very interested to see. Now, I'm always a person that likes to look at what bomb sites players go to. I'm very interested to see if we're going to see a early B push or if we're going to see a straight off flank. So it'd be definitely a lot of opportunities to do things, especially on Drift as the Avalanche getting ready to come in. We're going to see if that plays a role, as Bo's currently with the bomb for ON.
Yeah, ON playing really back right now. No one on either team right now wants to get killed by his Avalanche, so it's going to be a little slow start. Hopefully ON can get some more aggression here and push up and flood AR out of one of these bomb sites as they're playing a 2-2 split right now.
Yeah, first 30 seconds, no players going down. Like you said, kind of playing for picks, trying to, you know, play this carefully. You don't want to rush anything. You don't have to. As I believe Bose might have just spotted Burns there. He's just going to narrowly escape from behind. 45 seconds left. Bo's going to go down. Bomb also going to be down with him. It looks like Burns trying to find a good spot. The line of sight is, looks like Ricky going to pick up space there. It's a 3 versus 3. Make it a 2 versus 3 in favor of AR.
Yeah, ON really spread out there, allowing AR to just push this down to a 3v1 situation. Not much Killa can do here, as they know his position, hitting with that stun, and Killa's going to drop.
Yeah, some shaky shots coming in there from Killa. 1v3, not normally going to win that one, obviously. AR looking pretty dominant so far. They're going to be at 4-1. You're going to see, like I said, they knew exactly where Killa was. Whenever you have a 1 versus 3, like I said, Mochilla obviously going to know exactly where Killa was. And that's going to be 4-1. Looking at the score totals, Remy still sitting there at 7-1. But this, to me, this next round is definitely going to be very defining for this next, for this next map overall. For the fact that if it's 5-1, most of the time you're not going to see a team come back for that. However, we're going to see what Owen can do. Obviously, AR going to be on the offensive side.
Yeah, that last hardpoint game is definitely looks like it's playing towards OpTic Nation's confidence and momentum right now, as they're not doing much. They're playing really separated and really slow, and they're just throwing rounds away to AR.
And now it's currently a 2 versus 4. Spacely with the bomb. We might see him try to push over here to A, as he was actually having a pretty open bomb site, at least for the moment. And it looks like a couple players might be going down. Space now going to be left in a 1 versus 4. He's going to spot one from behind, however, not going to be able to pick that one up. And Owen, like I said, picking up that round. Those are the rounds they need. This round definitely going to be huge coming up here, to say the least. If they can make it a 3 versus 4, they're still in the game. However, if AR can pick this one up, might be the nail in the coffin, to say the least, for this series, or at least for this game too. And Miracle's coming in with that nice from above shot. Gonna be 4-4.
All right, let me pause you guys there. So both of you, just keep an eye on your mini-map a little bit more. I think that's going to allow you to capture the action. Just when you see the engagement about to happen, flip over to that guy and call the action landing. Do the same thing, but you can talk a little bit more about strategy when things go well, explain why it went well when things don't go as well, call out the faults, all right? So let's go right back into it. Landon, take it away.
All right, Bo's currently going to be with your bomb. Currently in that A bomb site. All of AR really just kind of trying to make this flank around, as they're just looking to find the likes of Owen. No players down. We might see it looks like we might see a flank over to this B bomb site. Definitely looking good for Owen, as they might have a pretty open bomb site.
It's basically really isolated from his whole team right now. Surprisingly, getting under an OpTic Nation player there. I thought they saw him, but Spacely is going to get that kill on Miracles and try and just get out right now before they trade that.
And now a 2 versus 4. Bo's with the bomb. Spots one player. He's going to try to get away, as they need to get this bomb down soon. But likes of AR rushing in here. Looks like Spacely trying to see what he can do. Going to pick up 1 kill. 1 versus 4. Bo's with the bomb, however, not looking good for him, especially for right now. But picks up 1 versus 3. Can we see a Remy play that we saw earlier?
I don't think so. AR is really stacked together right now, so Bo's would have to pull out something unbelievable to win this. But as soon as I say that, he does get 1 kill and get out before AR trades that. I don't know what they're doing there. Moch turned around just at the perfect time for Embos to allow him to get that kill.
Yeah, Burns gonna spot that player. I mean, the A bomb site to me is definitely kind of a tricky one to plan at. They were both, I guess you could say, near that middle side, so definitely not gonna be able to get that one down. Burns able to pick that one up. 5-2. Looks like AR is only 1 round away from making this a 2-0 lead.
I really want to hop on board with Remy here, because he actually hasn't gotten a kill since he got that 1v3. Everyone else on AR has been stepping up, and he's been slowing down quite a bit. So I want to hop on board with him here and see what he does off the start.
Yeah, we're definitely going to hop on board with Remy off the break. Obviously, AR going to be on that offensive side. As Remy kind of just remaining idle, as he's actually going to rock out of that Moors. I haven't seen anyone yet really rock that Moors sniper rifle yet. So we're going to see him trying to get some picks. He's going to get pretty much bombarded with nades. However, no players down yet.
Yeah, with most teams agreeing to no overkill, you're not going to see snipers as much, considering you have to use a pistol in your secondary. Oh my god!
Goodness.
Nice shots there by Remy, as he's going to take out Bose and Killa, or Miracles, my bad, leaving Killa in a 1v4 situation. It's pretty much all but over at this point.
Yeah, 1 versus 4, not looking good for Killa. I think he just spotted Spacer there, however, not going to make much noise. 1 versus 4, not looking good. This one's just about over, but just as I say that, Killa going to pick up 1. Couple players to be rushing in here. You see if he can maybe clutch this one up. Spacely firing some shots. It looks like Mochilla going to come in there for the pinch. Killa going to pick up that kill, however, he's going to get shut down. AR taking game number 2, 6-2, and AR looking pretty dominant, especially to the likes of Remy this game.
Yeah, ON really hasn't contested AR on either of these maps so far. It looks like their confidence is pretty much destroyed at this point, and I can see AR easily taking this 3-0 on this next map.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys. Some of the big ones in this cast, I think. Saint, I loved when you got excited, the 1v3s. You knew the right time to hop in there and get excited. Landon, I think a few of the times you just seemed uncomfortable. I heard he's going to pick up that player. When it's only one player alive, you should know who that guy is, right? Especially when you just told me it's up to Embo's last man standing. So Burns is going to pick off Embo's, take down Embo's, however you want to phrase it. Just be a little bit more descriptive towards the end. The other thing I saw there was neither of you guys kind of noticed when Killa went up to 8-4. I mean, the man finished 10-6, trying to put his team on his back. Maybe there's some storylines in there. I think you really found the Remy storyline. There was one round, I think it was round number 5, that you called out, called out Spacely, Saint, and you were saying, you know, Spacely out by himself here, able to get the 1 kill, but then there was really no follow-up. Even though we could see it on the mini-map, Spacely got away. His teammates were able to pick up a 2nd kill on a guy who was chasing after him, and then Spacely got a 3rd kill. So he kind of, on his own, turned the tides of things. So just take notice of those moments. I think, again, just looking at the mini-map, that's going to help you focus on the big picture, is going to be a key for both of you guys as casters, especially Landon. If you're the guy who has to do play-by-play and you're having to jump from one thing to the next to the third, you got to be thinking 2 steps ahead. Not only who am I watching right now, but who do I need to go to next? Any questions after that search?
No, I'm pretty good. Can I go to the bathroom real quick?
You definitely can.
Thank you, sir.
Make sure you get in the game first before you leave for me.
Yeah, I'll join up.
And the other thing I would say, Landon, is if you have someone in a 1v whatever, focus on the positive you can. So like when Remy had 35 seconds left, he got that first kill, and you're like, he got one, but it's basically done. Be like, he got one, can he keep it going? You know, tell that story. You want to get people hyped, not, I expect this to suck. All right, that's my notes from game number 2. We got plenty more together, guys. Game 3, OpTic Nation, going to try and close things out. Coming up next.